Hi everybody, it's Liz Fanlow and I own a nationwide makeup, hair, and skincare business. And I do a lot of presentations on different products and beauty myths and beauty education. And somebody asked me recently why I liked the business model that I use with my skincare brand that I offer. And I thought, you know what, I should address that because that's a good one. So let me just explain what it is and why I like it. And that's where the auction house comes in. So I want to tell you a story. When I was in my 20s and I was just out of college, it was in my second job, I worked at a very large, very famous auction house, and I'm not going to name it because it's not relevant, because what happened to me there could happen to anybody at any time, anywhere. And in fact, if you want to go to LinkedIn, you can check out which auction house it was. But in any case, I was working there. I was in my mid-20s, and I was in kind of a SWAT team department, and it was sort of a small team. It was a very small team, in fact. It was just me and another gentleman, Chris, who became a very good friend of mine. He's a great guy, and we went around to different art departments and we taught them how to become more profitable by explaining their P&Ls to them and telling them kind of, how to bring in more business and how to check it against expenses and all that good stuff. So every now and then we would get very small projects that we had to work on just very quickly to get done for our boss. And we didn't do it together, we just would get it individually and do it. So I got the budget, okay? It was very, very easy at the time. I'm going to date myself. We got a little Lotus spreadsheet and we would fill it in and it would show you the previous year's actuals, and then you would fill in the budget for next year. Well, I knew how much I made, and so I put my, number in there, and then I subtracted it, and bong! Okay, I couldn't believe it, because it was very clear that Chris made a significant amount of money more than I did. I mean, significant, okay? We're talking more than $13,000 more than I did. So I was flabbergasted. We had the exact same job title, the exact same job. We did the exact same thing every day. It was not a performance-based salary. It was a base salary. And so I was shocked, and I was in my mid-20s. I didn't know what to do. I was totally confused, and I was very upset, and I didn't really have a mentor or anybody to go to say, like, well, what do I do? So I went home and I cried, of course, just being really honest there. And I had to get it out of my system because I was so upset. I mean, I felt like I was being taken advantage of, and I felt like I was a chump. So I went to my boss a day or two later, and I explained to her what I had found. And she said, wow, you're going to have to go to HR about that. So as an aside, I wanted her to just take my problem over. So it was a good lesson. No one's going to advocate for you. You have to advocate for yourself. So I went to HR, that was run by another woman, and I felt like I was kind of going into like a Claire Underwood situation. I mean, everything right here, was like beautiful and perfect. You didn't really know like what's going on back there. But I put my big girl pants on and I went in there and I told her what I had found. And she said, wow, okay, I'm going to have to investigate this. I was like shaking and so nervous, and it was awful. So I went back a few days later because she called me in and said she had the answer. So I went back and she said, gosh, sorry, Liz, Chris has an MBA. Yeah, that's what she said. And I was so confused. I said, okay, yeah, he does, but I have more experience. I didn't go get my MBA. I actually worked during that time period that he was getting his, and I can't help it that he accepted a job that someone who doesn't have an MBA can do. We have the same job title, we do the same job, so I don't get it. And she said, well, yeah, but he has an MBA. And I was like, I can't believe this, hello. So that was it. I didn't get anywhere. That was it. I think they gave me maybe $1,000 increase. And that's my story. Now, that will never happen in my skincare business. Because in the model of the skincare business that I work in, everybody starts at the same level. We all start at the same level. It doesn't matter your education. It doesn't matter if you have an MBA. It doesn't matter if you graduated from Dartmouth, where I graduated from. It doesn't matter if you graduated from Stanford. I mean, it doesn't matter. Everybody starts at the same level. Everybody's given the same tools. It's what's in here that counts. It's what my business partner says. You know, people are going to do business with you if they like you, they trust you, and they believe in your vision. They're not, it doesn't matter what your education is, because this business model is the great equalizer, okay? You can compete with people of any education level, CEOs, doctors, lawyers. You are all competing at the same level, because in this business model, the rewards are commensurate with effort. And that's the way it should be in my mind. And that's why I like this business model. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that story, and I will see you guys all next time. Thanks.